Hello and welcome to Gundam Customs Review of Boku no Hero Academia Chapter 101. Now, to begin this off, I am going to mention that I may or may not be in my best and a good-looking shirt next time you see me for next week's chapter, as I am moving. Now, I'm not saying where, but I am moving, so I'm going to be kind of more or less like, and so on and so forth. So with this, if I'm late a day or two on my next weekly review, I'm sorry. If I have to, I'll go to a McDonald's and just be like, hey guys, this is Gundam Customs, and I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. But with this, let me continue. The chapter begins with Hatsume kind of just getting off of Midoriya and like, I remember you, but I don't remember your names. And then Midoriya's like, Midoriya, Izuku, and he's kind of like, kind of shaking off what just happened, in which she was just, boom, hanging on him, and he's like, oops. But, with this, Ida's like, Tenya Ida, the guy you, like, showed off your experiments because of in our battle, and it's like, oh yeah, you, and so on and so forth. With this, we actually have her, going back to the development area in which Power Loader, aka the teacher of that place, who looks like a metal T-Rex human guy. I don't know 100% on this guy, but with this, he more or less tells her to kind of go back in there and clean up her mess, or else he'll ban her from this place. And with this, she goes back in. He mainly says that or after that he goes to Midoriya and them and says, well, verbally goes to them and says, oh yeah, Aizawa Sensei said you're gonna be here to get some arrangements for your suit and stuff to keep you from breaking your arm or something, right? And right when that's heard, Hatsume comes back and is like, oh, I can help with that. And she does, kind of, sort of not, which she gives him superpower armor, in which Midoriya looks so bulky, and I'm so glad that's not actually his costume. But with this, Midoriya is kind of like working with it, and it turns, and he can't stop turning, and it's like, I'm about to be ripped in half. And they get her off inside. But with this, we actually have Ida at this moment talking to Power Loader about kind of working on his engines on his feet, in which it's funny because Hatsume kind of is like, I can help with that, and then gives him arm engines. And it's like, what? I wanted help with my legs, not my arms. And she's like, oh, it's always better to run with your hands than your feet. And it's like, huh? I kind of was confused at this at first, but it's more or less kind of, in my opinion, saying don't really always use one. Okay, in my opinion, my what's the word? Comprehension of this in my opinion, means that she kind of just saying like, really don't use conventional means all the time, because if you use conventional means all the time, villain will know 100% what you'll mean. If you just go into battle like Bakugo and say, die, 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 as a hero, most heroes don't normally do that unless they're turning villain or have a super, or like Red Kryptonite for Superman, except for, I think, going on. With this, we actually have Ida hit the wall with these boosters on, and it's funny because of the fact that, like, she goes away again, and they're talking to Power Loader, and Power Loader's like, yeah, you should be nicer to her because she's quite smart and she's making so many different things. She's probably going to be quite useful to the hero companies as she creates all these things, and that he also says that they're probably going to be indebted to her more or less later on because of these abilities she has, as she can create a lot of different things. Now, it's not really her ability, but it's a natural skill is what I'm trying to say, if you know what I mean. With this, we actually go to a small thing in which, like, when he's talking about her being, like, all this weird, but she's going to be good in the end, Midoriya has a epiphany, in which he is immediately after the epiphany like, oh, I know what All Might said last chapter. Oh man, Ida, we need to train. And Ida's like, wait, we still haven't gotten our suits fixed. And with this, we kind of have them go to Uraraka, in which he asks, what did you come here to fix your costume with? And she mentions, she wanted the motion sickness kind of fixed. Hatsumi tries to fix that. We don't actually see how that goes, which I kind of want to see that in the anime. But with this, we actually have go back to everyone else training, in which we have like Todoroki, just kind of working with his powers, it seems. Denki Kaminari and Ijiro Kirishima are talking to Hatsume. Guessing Kaminari's kind of flirting with her because he flirts with every girl. I'm just saying. But with this, we actually believe that, or you actually get like Mineta, who I don't know if it's a costume thing because it's a string with a whole bunch of great looking balls on it. I don't know if those are like to make people think that he can throw them off his chest to like intimidation factor, or if that's actually a special technique he learned, like ha, grapevine, which actually could be its name because it's on a string and it's a whole bunch of grapes. Grapevine. Epiphany. But with this, we also go to other characters. We actually find out Bakugo learns a cooler move in which it's more or less like he puts his palm out, he has like a hand like this, and it's more or less like and he practically blows through a hole in the cement. In which All Might and Aizawa Sensei are talking. A chunk of that big rock comes towards All Might. Everyone's like, All Might, get out of the way! And with this, Midoriya comes in! Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Midoriya's costume changed as he now has what seems to be white gloves. Long white gloves, maybe up to here. And it also seems like not much else has changed with his costume. I can't really 100% tell. But, and the fact that Tokoyami can wear his shadow now like a cloak kind of thing. But with this, out of nowhere, Midoriya kicks the stone away with a smash. Now with this, Midoriya is actually more or less saved. All Might, and this kind of answered his question from last chapter, in which he says, are you still following in my footsteps, kind of thing, in which we actually kind of find out that he is trying to break out of the shackles he made for himself by following 100% All Might instead of using his fists. At the very moment, he's using his legs. So, with that, the chapter is ended. Now, I would like to know what you guys think about this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. I enjoyed it. Actually, I really did. I kind of wish there was more to it this chapter, but I guess that's how I feel about every chapter because I really love this series. But with this, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you think will happen from here on out. What do you think Midoriya's new move's going to be? Do you think it's going to be like a tornado kick smash or something, or tennis? We actually haven't seen a lot of the smashes that have state names from the All Might power list. So maybe we can get something like Montana Smash, in which like he uses his leg and lifts it up and smashes like mountains coming out. Now, don't quote me on that, but that would be a cool ability, right? But with this, like, we don't know 100% because we've heard him say, all for one full cowl, or one for all, full cowl, all for one's the bad guy, sorry. But with this, he's used full cowl before. Now, we've never heard All Might use full cowl, so it may be like, say, one for all full cowl, boom, leg explosion, or something of that nature. Now, I feel like he is going to use his arms as well, but not as much. Like, I can see him, like, doing normal smashes from the arsenal of All Might, such as the, I can't name any off the top of my head except for the Delaware Smash, but, yeah, with that, I would like to know what you guys think. Any predictions about what will happen in the next chapter? I really don't have any at this moment that I can think of for any predictions for next week's chapter. So, with that, I would like to know what you guys think. Give me a thumbs up if you did like it. Thumbs down if you hated it. Comment what I could do better, because I am still a new channel, so I'd like to know what you guys think. And with that, I hope you guys have a custom day, and see ya. Do 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 do.